Alright. Alright. Says we're live. Error loading. Let's try that again. If we can actually see the dropping, if it's dropping. Is it dropping? Is it dropping? My bad. Sorry, this has been, apologies, our apologies. Been a heck of a day here at Memes IT and in the Santa Fe area in general. It has been a Monday. So, I'd like to welcome you to part two. Hopefully, you'll still be able to see this in your country. Looks like we have a block on some in some countries because of some music issues. But with that out of the way, I'm trying to ascertain without using my bandwidth how well this is streaming, but I can't seem to find that out right now. I guess it's not that important. But what I'm going to try to do here is also record just in case. So you are recording. And no drop frames yet. Let's see if it works. Can't say enough about solid state drives. Get a solid state drive. Get a SanDisk solid state drive and watch your computer go a lot faster. Well, Supreme Court is not going to review anything about any phones surveillance because the CIA is doing his job. It's not supposed to be under any type of restriction. That's like asking Ronald McDonald to crap out some yeah Jack in the Box tacos allegedly. It's just not going to happen. That's not what Ronald McDonald does. He can. Ronald McDonald takes a whole nother avenue. They make these tacos, and they don't even with flour. Well, allegedly flour tortillas. Made from their own brand, and they don't cook the damn things. But they're not. Whatever they do, they're not going to start following the rules of Jack in the Box because they don't do Jack in the Box allegedly. Ronald McDonald does McDonald's. That's it. And it ain't none of Jack in the Box, Jack in the Crack's business. And that's how that goes. This is their stuff. You have to understand that. And you're free to leave. If you want to leave, das vidanya, sayonara, ciao, bella, chin and au revoir. Been nice knowing you. There are at least, all right, at least 33 other countries that have a similar type living situation, if you will, allegedly, uh, that you can first visit, see if you like it, and you can live under their rules because they got rules too. So, hey, who you gonna tell? So what you gonna do? I mean, this is their stuff. You're in their house. You can be mad if you want. Be mad. Be mad all you want. It doesn't change what is happening now. It doesn't change what happened in the past with the agreements being signed and all that. I mean, if you voted, by all means, you have a right to speak out and you have a voice. I mean, all of that hard work, whether you won or lost, whether your party won or lost, if you voted, you deserve the right to speak your opinion about whatever it is in politics. But if you didn't vote and you didn't have time and you ain't got time for that, then you should probably shh, shh, shh. And I would say if you don't love us, love where you come from anymore, the beauty is that the thing that you really don't like right now allows you to book a flight to uh, old Amsterdam if you want. You can see how they live. Maybe you'll like how they when it's time for taxes and all that. You got to pay for everything that you get as a citizen over there. You can check all that out. You know, I would advise any of that. If you that's the beauty of this country. You're free to go if you want to. I'm not saying that should shouldn't you shouldn't be mad. I mean, if you want to be mad, I mean, there's a such thing as free will, and that's the beauty about America too. That your home country right now, or maybe it's not, maybe you're somewhere else, but this is a great. The country is so great. In fact, this is why I don't like the walls. The idea about the walls, because that's a contradiction to what we really are. We embrace other cultures. We want this. Other cultures make up this country. We're all immigrants. You ask the people in California where they came from. Ask the people in New York where their people came from. You know, we're all immigrants. But the beauty, the wall. That's what I don't like about the walls. It doesn't really represent us. That represents a few folks that want to have a little bit of. They can afford to do stuff like that and put bases on the moon base. They can afford to do those type. That's where their heads at. That's their dreams. That doesn't have to be your dreams. And just like that doesn't have to be your dreams, the wall doesn't have to be my America. That's not the America I see. I see people helping people, and especially their neighbors. Especially their neighbors. So that's the America that I'm still hopeful for. And I see organizations going out and helping people perhaps get back on the path, the correct path. You got to realize that there's so much that's going on there. You know, I hope for that America. But if you don't like it, you know, not being able to do things, I am sorry for you. Just like XP, we're saying goodnight to that which we cannot control as well. So we started with show one, paying our respects to actor Andy Rooney and Bob Geldof's daughter. And you know Bob, he did an excellent job in Pink Floyd, The Wall. You know, just a really good actor. I mean, real good. And that's his daughter. And our hearts go out to the Geldof family for sure. For all you rockers out there. I said earlier that Andy Rooney transcended, and we lost Peaches. So much love there. Sorry for the loss. We know it well here at Memes IT. Iran is in the news, and I love the spin on this. Iran is kind of got their fingers crossed for a draft in the nuclear talks, and that is huge because this almost proves one of our theories here is that technology can actually save our relationships. Technology can actually save our relationships with. I mean, there's so much, and if you can only imagine, I don't know if my wife is not she's not a diehard fan, but she watches this thing with the president and his black mistress and his ebony princess, I think it's Scandal. Yeah, Scandal. And those crazy characters. Just because my man card says, there's a guy on that show that was in Half Baked that I kind of followed ever since I saw his ability to act really, really crazy and stupid and dumb, and then seeing him in a serious role. I had seen him previously in another role, but now he's on the show too, and he's kind of like the outdo. I'm that guy. He's that guy. I mean, whatever it is, when everything's going wrong, I mean, they can depend on him to just make a way. But I digress. I think that's huge because the more I don't know, when you're in a thing, all right, when you're in a thing, the more everybody has a purpose or some sort of I don't know. I guess if people feel a part in that, all the people in that thing feel a part of the same thing, and they all feel like they have a voice, progress can be made rather easily. I mean, the way things go can be a lot smoother if everyone in the thing has a thing. Thank, 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 thank. I think that that's great. So they should be allowed at these talks because they have their own issues with software, with hardware, with warranties. There are probably still a few that are dependent on XP. Maybe some of those small satellites or something like that. But they gotta go. XP's out. You can't. It's been so. Everybody's having a problem. Everybody has had multiple. I've seen multiple sites drop. I've seen multiple channels drop. And part of that could be from this whole XP thing, but maybe there are still people going around looking at all kinds of sites that they just had really old language. They had to be XP, right? But I mean, to XP's credit, I mean the networking, SQL, and all that. Most of that stuff was pretty smooth and solid and easy, and easy, and easy. Especially if you didn't have over 50 stations. If you had 100, 50 or less, perfect. That's all. You didn't need much more. But now, and I say, well, okay, if Microsoft is done with XP, if they're truly done with it, and tomorrow is really the day. I think there's some rumors about some companies can, if you're already in a certain bracket, if you're in a certain relationship with Microsoft at this point, before the deadline, I believe you have an option to spend some money and throw some money at it. And there are some companies that they have to do that because, quite frankly, they're not really ready for the rollout. I mean, they have to get all these other programs, if you can imagine, together. Some of them are custom programs. But, hey, last time I looked, we got, something like, I don't want to misquote here. We have a hell of a lot of talented people that could may be able to help in these times. I mean, and we still have a high unemployment rate, and I know that. Oh, good God, y'all. So I think it's a good idea, and I challenge you to go check the story out. Mobile phone shop is in the news. They apparently stole some people's data, and that's customers data. You know what? I was in a line today. I stopped into a specific store because of a specific reason, and it was a honeydew list at the last minute. And this guy, right? He walked up behind me, right? And I felt something like say, check that guy out. He's really close to you. That guy is really all up on you, man. And he was. I turned around, not all the way. I didn't go straight Brooklyn, but I kind of, I got a peripheral, like when you play golf and you making that putt. You don't even actually have to look directly at it. You just kind of you see the hole over there, and you're only concentrating on. Anyway, I seen him out my peripheral, and he's standing so close to where my phone is on my person, and he has his phone like really close, and it just hit me, it dawned on me I didn't turn my phone. Uh, I didn't close my cell tower, and I didn't put it on airplane mode as either. I was wide open. Only thing I did right was I didn't have on that damn Wi-Fi. But something told me he had like the 5S. He had the brand spanking new. I caught all that right. You know, I be knowing. And I thought for a second, well, I could just be paranoid. But I decided to strike up a conversation with the gentleman as we were waiting in line to be checked out. And I noticed he put his phone away. And I don't know if I was just overly paranoid, but I don't. There was a gut thing. That feeling, whatever it is, spidey senses. I don't know. I don't know how important it was, but maybe I just know too much. Maybe ignorance is bliss. May Perhaps ignorance could be bliss. So, but at any way, I was still. I didn't want to be on the defense. That was not my intention. I wasn't even thinking about it until that thing just hit me. It just hit me that he could actually be taking data. And I thought, well, I did use a secure app on this thing, which is probably not the smartest thing to do, but I did anyway because, I'm not all that worried about it at this moment. Doesn't mean it won't change, but I realized that he may be because of the proximity in which, and usually, I'm not that big of a guy, but usually my presence, for some reason, I think it's just an outline, a contour thing, the width of my shoulders, perhaps, or just the size of my head. You may say he is a waterhead child. Big old alien head. I've been accused of having an alien head, but usually people don't get up on me, uh, and people usually respect that little boundary thing that comes from being in a city life or being in areas that are not as relaxed as this one, and environments. But I noticed he was all up on me, and I noticed that's not normal. That's not normal activity right there. So there was the first bing bing, the first ding or whatever. Bada bing, bada beep, bada boop. That was the first little instant. He's too close to me. And if like I know, sometimes you just need to get a little bit closer. You just need to get to that signal just a little bit closer, and you got it. And so maybe maybe I was just biased. Maybe the guy was just in there, but he had his shades on. He had those big rock and roll, those fly glasses that Bono be wearing. Them old big old glasses, man, with the sun and everything just stay out, man, 'cause you got the rock star glasses on, man, like Bono, dude. Yeah, he had those on, those $300 joints. So you really couldn't get, and with the crappy cameras that people use at businesses, man, you're never gonna. It's almost impossible to get it. Well, it depends on the company that set them up, really. That's true. It depends on who set up the system, but most of the time you see those on the news how crappy that stuff looks. Well, with the glasses that he had, it'd be really hard. I mean, who would care? I mean, there right now, currently, there's not really the only cyber unit that we have in Santa Fe, New Mexico, is the cyber unit that takes care of the sex stuff. You know, they don't give a damn about any information being stolen by an amateur or a professional. They're not really equipped to deal with that. What they're really equipped to do is deal with people like Carl Lakin, allegedly. Carl was a volunteer here, and he ended up admitting. I don't know if his attorney, I guess in that situation, it's a lawyer. I don't know if his lawyer uh, knew that he was making those statements at the time, but they turned out to be they had some allegedly those statements had some I, I don't know what to say other than did they do a background check on this guy or did they say they did a background check? Aha! So background checks are expensive. They are expensive. So he kind of, I think he only went down. I don't think, allegedly, I'm not aware that he actually touched, or I don't know. He's on his way to the booty house. I guess that's where he wanted to be anyway. Perhaps because there's, he was allegedly admitted to watching child porn for years. For years. For, he said, ongoing. I guess he wondered when he was going to get busted or something. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. But we're going to get to the bottom of it at memesit.com because I want to know if that's all the cyber unit is good for in this town, and I think that they can do better. Like what sites was he going to, and how was he able to go to those sites over and over and over again? We need to know. I mean, in the technology world, we need to know that. Also, we don't want to participate. We don't want to be in a link file or in a link tree associated with that. So, will we be able to get that data? Don't know. So, I hope you like the slide, all you good people, because I put a free public domain picture, and I think the deal is with that license is that you have to change the image. You can't put it out as a standalone image as it came, in other words. So I put memes IT XP. Hey, if Microsoft is truly done, if they are finished, no more support, does that mean that they've relinquished the right? Or have they given the right to us? Have they given XP to you and I, to the people, to the small guy, to the French fries of the business world out there, if you will? I mean, honestly, can we have it? Could Memes IT have its own version of XP? Tell you what. Excuse me, bass man, jazz man up there. You see that? This is a utility disk, which most people have them on flash drives now. By the way, if you're we have a video that says hacking USB. Check it out. Show you how you can put operating disks and live operating software, and as well as live browsers on a USB drive We recommend the read-only CDs for your browsers because nothing can be written to or nothing can be taken off. It's just it's all the space unless you allocate more space like through but we recommend flash drive. We recommend using SanDisk because this is about over 5 years old. It's still running like a champ, and despite what we heard years ago, this thing you can run programs on it all day long. I've done it. So I'm running Kali Linux, Kali.org. Check that out. Kali. We have a site. We have a link to it. And and remember, get it in writing if you're going to test anybody's network other than your own. It's your get out of jail card. Rule number 1 at memesit.com: stay out of the booty house. Rule number 2: be good to yourself. Rule number 3: treat others kindly. Please, and that you can take that advice with you anywhere in the world. SanDisk, very good. But this little utility has about, I don't know, 50 or 60 utility programs on it. And it has a version of XP on it that somebody just wrote. And it works a lot like XP, but it's not XP. It's XP, but it's not Microsoft XP. So I kind of figure if they can do it, can we do it? I mean, can we have it too? Or if you're really done with XP, can we have it? Or can the developer community have it? Because Ubuntu, if it's not a Pride or Prejudice thing, and if you're giving it up, if Microsoft is giving it up, then it's definitely not about the money, right? Right? Or wrong? If it's not Pride or Prejudice, can the development community have it? For all of the programs that Linux has, and that they're able to keep those going through support, and they have programs that end. Don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying. But the sheer popularity of XP you can still, I believe that Microsoft allegedly can still profit in some way. And there's several ways that you can go about it. You can outright give it out and just say, hey, they gave away DOS. Microsoft gave away DOS. Why not XP? Why not really, let it all hang out? See what happens when you invest into the country. Linux does it, no problem there, and Microsoft had no problem giving away DOS. However, if it is Pride or Prejudice, or it does come down to the dollar, if it happens to licensing, like Microsoft still licenses, you have to have a license for everything. If you go enterprise, well, even as a crappy user, I'm a user, you're a user, we're all crappy users, really. I mean, if you're not an enterprise, if you're not an administrator, enough said. But why not? Why couldn't it be Eli the Computer Guy's XP? Who says it couldn't? Mike Dell, you can make a server, you can get your own faceplate with your logo on the machine. I mean, how professional looking is that? I mean, that's Mike Dell investing in your company as a benefit of being his customer or being their customer in Houston, Texas. That's great. Why can't we do that? We can do that. We can do that. Hey, Coca-Cola used to taste best right out of the great state of Texas, folks. NAFTA came along and contract here, contract there. Now, the best Coca-Cola, in my opinion, is made in Mexico, Eche Mexico. So, I mean, and if Coca-Cola can do it, why can't we get this done and be over it? You can have a team that can jump on this thing for 2 weeks straight, have new releases, build outs, blah blah blah, whatever, and then certain, at a certain point, Microsoft says, you got a license from us. You can. This is acceptable. You met all the guidelines. You deserve the right. We give you license for a certain amount of time or certain amount of copies. I don't know. I don't know everything. That's a fact. I don't know everything, but it just struck me. It just came to me like, well, okay, well, why don't we license it out, or why don't we just hand it on over to some developers? Bada bit, bada boop. It could even the other versions could even be of XP could be scalable up to. I mean, that could be part of the requirements easily. Like, okay, well, yeah, you can have it. Yeah, you can support it, but you got to make it to where there's a back door to some new Microsoft or not. I mean, when they release Dust, I mean, it doesn't. They basically just say here, here, 10 years later, 10 years overdue. Here, you can have it. But no. Thanks, Bill. Thanks anyway. I'm not gonna knock them for giving us away stuff. I mean, I think they should. I think you just invest back into the world by giving. You got to give to get. That's just the facts of it. So something to think about. Something to think about. And this has been a crazy Monday. I mean, nothing has gone correct except for I think somebody watched one of my videos. I thought, well, it can't all be bad if somebody's still got time to watch me. Thank you. If you just want to see somebody just looking crazy and brown and shining, just shining like fried chicken in the light, yeah, I'm right here. You come check me out, please. And if there's something that you would like to see, as far as would you like to know something specific, so you're stuck in an area. I had to do two updates. Had to get rid of two updates. It just totally threw off everything about my little studio. So don't feel bad. I mean, I was reading a post from a lady that works in IT, and she couldn't find something on some program she was using. They had conveniently just moved the command button. They put it somewhere else, and she thought she was losing her mind. She actually asked for help from another tech. And that's what we do. Don't feel bad. Now, there's a lot of guys out there just want to do it all themselves. You guys need to take a chill pill, man. You need to relax, because nobody does it alone. The more connected you are with other techs going in the direction that you're going in, or to all have something in common, and you have this camaraderie. See, that's a friendly rivalry, camaraderie, and camaraderie means that by competing against each other slightly all the time in a friendly manner, that you both get better. Or that all the groups that are working in that camaraderie get better and better and better. So if you're not texting someone, or you're not calling another colleague or fellow traveler on the journey of IT, then you are being a selfish little twit. You being a herb, yo. You faking the funk. You fronting, son. Don't be that way. Share in your journey. Ask for help. The best, ask for help. And you know what even makes it even better? When they know exactly who to ask. So take advantage. I mean, why do you have all those Facebook friends? Why are you on LinkedIn? If you're not having a conversation about making somebody else's thing better with someone else that knows about what you're doing, then think about that. Are you an island? Are you going to save the world by yourself every day, disaster after disaster? I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I can't believe that you're even positive. You're contemplating. Yeah. Come on. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Guy in the news, Benny and the Jets. You know, all you ever see is Benny, right? But if just beneath the surface, if he's asked, he'll tell anybody who'll listen that he has a partner, Bernie, across the water somewhere. Somewhere. Is he here or is he over there? I don't know. But these guys don't. They've never worked together in the same room. Got it? Got it? I've seen it. I've been there myself. Professionals pick up the phone and they either text, they either try to use Siri. I don't know what you are talking about. But Siri, what, my ninja? Really? They text each other. They send instant messages over Facebook, over Yahoo, whatever it takes. There's all these cool little twit, anything. There's everything and anything under the sun. But they feel the same way. There's no man is an island. No one does it alone. Everyone everyone gets by from a little help from somebody else. That is a truism. Now, if you crusader if you feel like you just want to keep on fighting that fight out front, do that and blog about it, vlog about it, blob about it. Use Google. Where are we? Use Google Plus. Use YouTube because we want to see how you do it. You're doing all this by yourself. That would be show worthy. Show us, and will nominate you for Channel of the Year or Best New Broadcast Tech of the Year. He's actually got a lapel cam. He's showing you how he's doing, answering the phones, doing the marketing, doing the whatever volunteer charity work. He's doing. We got to see that. That would be worth some money. If you're doing it all by yourself, you can show us how you do it. Show us. We would love to see it. But I digress. My point is, if you're not in a relationship at all, I mean no type of relationship. That means that you don't say hello to, you don't say goodbye to, you don't pass by in the hallway, you don't have a relationship at all with anybody going in your direction on your journey, your IT journey. I would impress upon you to begin a network now, right now. The next time somebody mentions IT and you say, "Oh, are you in the business? Are you in IT as well?" and they say yes, right then and there, take out your phone or your PDA or your smartphone and you just start putting in their number and you ask them 505 and you call them, say, "There's my number. My name is Sean. Mi llamo es Sean. Como te llamo?" And there you have it. You have a relationship with someone, a colleague or an associate colleague, if you will, associate, and that's important because they're going to call you, you're going to call them, you're going to call them, and they're going to call you, and you're going to help each other, and that's how it's done. And it doesn't have to start in a garage. It can start with the both of you exchanging your phone numbers and calling each other right on the spot and saying, "That's my name is Sean." You can put, "What's your name?" Put their name right in, Tech in Santa Fe. Save. Now you got, and then put it down on your little calendar. Put it down on your little calendar to give them a call once a week for no reason whatsoever. For no reason whatsoever. Say, "Hey, did you see that story about XP?" Some people have the option to buy some more support if they're, "Yeah, I saw that story. Hell yeah, that's awesome." You're talking about something in the industry, and you're operating on a higher level because you're not just in your own dome. You're not in your own cavity, cranial cavity. There, you're sharing ideas. That's the highest level that we can reach uh, here on this plane called Earth. And it's even there's theories that those ideas even take up space. Believe it or not, even in physics, all you physics majors, computer scientists out there. That one's for Tyson. That one's for you, D. You crazy ninja. You big waterhead ninja. That's right. I got a big ass head. I'm amazed sometimes myself. No, I am not Lawrence Fishburne. Ah, I don't think I would say that. I would, me, myself, I would be like, yeah, that's right. Oh, I loved you in The Matrix. Thank you. Yeah, but you know, I digress. So GameSpy, multiple servers are going out of business. So if you're still playing any of those games, that's news to you. They're probably real happy. They probably got paid. They probably got paid, yo. But if you're still playing one of those games that they on their server, hasta luego. And that's another reason for having your own server and a really high connection speed. Then you don't have to worry about. You can start your own game room, right? It costs nothing. I mean, it's harder than it looks. All of it. You can have all of these things. The question is it cheaper and safer and more reliable if you just pay somebody else? Because you don't have to do everything. You think you do, but once you start trying it, go to Eli, the computer guy, channel on YouTube and on Google Plus. He has almost 1,000 videos, and somewhere in the mix, you can explore these little avenues, your own stuff, your own web server. You can set up your own proxy. You can set up your own NAS. You can set up your own SAN. You can do all these things. All these things you can do too. But it almost invariably, almost always comes down to, if you really want it done well, it's going to cost you. And that's in the news as well. It's the name of the game, folks. These days, and it seems to be, it's nothing is new under the sun. I mean, talk about net neutrality, whatever. But now you just basically people that have been fleecing other people, companies that have been fleecing their customers for years are now begging for mercy. Mercy! Don't charge us millions of dollars. Okay, all right. And I would say first you stop charging your customers millions of dollars, and then you come back and maybe we can meet about you getting a break too. Right? We're basically talking the golden rule here. However, I don't think it's fair. Probably, you're not. If you're a company, you're probably not going to get a lot of respect if only now you're asking for these things that now that it affects your business. So now that it hits your pocketbook, right? But oh, you know, now we gotta can we talk about how we're making the dough for the pie? Anyone want to know how we're going to make the dough for the pie, right? Well, I think it's interesting, and I think it's noteworthy, and I think that you ought to stay tuned to that. Keep your eye on that story because it's important. Um, just out of the the sheer giddiness of watching a company beg for mercy when they have shown no mercy to their competitors, to their customers. I mean, it started out right, $5.99. Did it not? It started at some unbelievable uh, amount of money that didn't matter whatsoever. And every month, every month, that bill got to be more and more and more. And before you know it, you're paying $60 a month. And before you know it, you're paying $100 a month, 150, 170, 180, and on and on and on. Even just for the sheer joy of watching that, because you won't get to see that a lot. No one gets to see a company grovel that much in business or in the news ever in the whole history of business. Hasn't really happened that much. Not the way it can happen today, but now it's just everywhere. So check out that story. I believe it's bbc.com. Tech news. And what you'll be looking for is Netflix and net neutrality. So, and if you don't know what that is, because I know my buddy, he knows about it. He got everything going on, man. He has a short video on net neutrality. If you check him out, Eli the Computer Guy, and he has some commentary on that I think you'll find interesting. But more than that, he has some sites and he has some information that he wants to share with you about that as well. Just common sense stuff, because it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's just computer stuff. So I was saying in the first show that you should fear not. Don't be too overly concerned with the end of XP, unless that happens to be the program that your checks that you're paid are written with XP. That might be worth worrying about. Probably not, though. Most likely not. You know what? Mickey Rooney came and he did he did it. He did it. He made people laugh. He made people cry. And he transcended. He transcended. And but he got to see everything. He got to see before there was any inkling of a computer. He was around. They was using radio when this thing came along called film. And he got to see it go from black and white to color, living, vivid, and all living colors. Living. Well, and that's great. That's great. To me, that's a success. That's a legacy. Not only did he not was he a big time actor? Did he make it? Yeah, man, did he ever make? He made it. And he got to work with some pretty, the list is long, of talent he got to work with over the years. So, and the generations that know who Mickey Rooney is. I think it's phenomenal. Well, you couldn't ask for a better run, I don't think. And most likely he was ready to go. He was probably tired of the tweeting and people asking him about pictures, and I don't think he had any more friends left. I'd say that he won. I'd say he won, and the grand prize is you get to transcend. You out of here, Jack. And that's all of us. That's all of us. Now, I want to know: did he leave any messages before he fell ill or whatever, or was it sudden? What was he tweeting? What was he saying last? Is there a place to remember him in all the videos he made in the 21st century? Is there a place where that will live? I often wonder about these things, because I imagine if there are cemeteries where the physical body can go to rest, I'm almost sure that there are mausoleums cyber places of resting for the people that are going to pass away in the 21st century. Seems feasible. I think last time I looked, I checked out rememberme.com to see if it was the name was available, and I think somebody had already taken it. rememberme.com. I think I went over there and I tried to get the tried to reserve the .com, and it was gone. Somebody had already got it. I was like, shit. Well, that's what you get for coming up with ideas when you're taking a crap. Right? Am I right? You know what I'm talking about. So there went my idea. Well, the .com is gone, so that's out. But why not? I don't have to keep all these ideas. Apparently, it doesn't even matter. So if it memes to me, if it memes in on some light wave and it comes to me, and I don't do anything with it, or if I try and if somebody's already got it, you know what? C'est la vie, c'est la vie. That's right. Sometime. Do, 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 do. Hey, JoJo. Ooh, what you been doing? Hell. Oh man. Well, if you really like to dance, I keep getting flagged for this internationally. I would check out 2020, The Complete Experience. Justin Timberlake does it again. And if you like to dance, and you're really gonna like Timberland is back in business. But I saw some really good news. Eminem and Spike Lee, my alleged cousin Spike Lee, allegedly, is teaming up for a good cause, a worthy cause, and hope that you'll hit like for that project. My cousin Spike Lee, allegedly, my alleged cousin Spike Lee, is a phenomenal shit talker. But for sure, on the real, he does a lot of walking. So, I mean, big up, Unc Spike, cousin Spike, big ups. But yeah, he's made lots of films. He's met lots of people. He has a lot of great relationships with people that people don't even know about. I mean, he'll tell you in a minute. I didn't do it by myself. There were times I endured. He had to endure some things by himself. But when you get to a certain level, I mean, even when we come in this plane, we come in by ourselves. Like Andy Rooney. Fortunately, he went out by himself, like he came in by himself. I think he came in by himself. But I digress. But so anybody can share in a passion that they have for something now because of these partnerships right here, YouTube and Google and Facebook and Twitter. The reason that I don't have all that other stuff up there anymore is because I want to pay tribute to the companies that are helping me right now, right? And we'll do all that other stuff, and later. And I hope that I'm hoping that I'm not breaking the rule by using these. I thought that I read that it's encouraged, and I don't usually do what I'm encouraged to do, but in this case, I think it's noteworthy because I like to point out all day that you can do this too. Maybe not you, definitely not. Maybe, but you can do this too. I mean, some of my fam in Houston, Texas, went to like San Francisco, over there around Napa Valley Vineyard, and for a wedding. It was phenomenal, I guess. And there was lots of pictures and lots of great pictures. But I just kept going, man. I wish we could have had Google Hangout set up for a reception or for something, some part of it. But here's where people are gonna most people are gonna say, well, this is for your eyes only type. We're not setting up nothing, and I can respect that. I can respect that. Hey, you're either here or you're not. Either you're here or you're not. Sometimes I want to take a picture of the mountains with the clouds and everything's just right, and then I just think, well, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and fumble with this phone for 30 seconds, and I'm gonna miss it, and it's not gonna come out right anyway. So there are times when I just look, I see something that would make an excellent picture, but I know, one, I don't have the time to set everything up, and two, that if I start down that path, I'm probably going to miss the pretty what I see that's attracting me at that moment. The lighting changes like that, like that. See the light changing as it bounces. I know if I start fumbling with this phone, I'm going to miss out on the beauty. So I relinquish it, and I just say to myself, that's what it's about. This is some of that for your eyes only, ninja. And I respect it and I appreciate it. And I just stop. Sometimes I just stop and look and observe and feel blessed that, or very fortunate, auspicious that I have an opportunity to have the ability to take pause and enjoy something for even a moment, because it's not like that for a lot of people in the world. So but Eminem and Spike Lee in partnership, I love it because I love Eminem and I love Detroit. I loved when I was there. I even loved when I got my ass kicked in Detroit, Rock City. I mean, I felt like I feel now. It was a privilege to be able to travel and get there and be able to experience Detroit in a couple of different seasons. Yeah. Yeah, so I love Detroit. And you have to be from that part of the world to understand radio in Detroit. To me, it was a lot like New York, but in a different kind of sense. New York was New York radio. And you had your stations that you could go to and find, even if you wanted the Beatles. You got it. They got the station for you. If you want some hard rock, they got the station for you. They got station after station, no doubt. Big up to Kiss, WBLS, much love. But back to Detroit. If you have, if you've ever been there and happened to turn on a radio, I don't know if you kids know what I'm talking about. A radio, yeah, a car radio, just a radio, not XM, not a satellite, not a DVD, not a CD. I mean the radio with a radio disc jockey ninja. And the music, they play anything from the Beatles to the Commodores, you name it. Bach, what's his name? Sebastian, to Kiss, to Ohio Players, all on the same station. If it's moving and grooving, it's getting airplay. That was Detroit. You had to, you know what? And I think maybe it was because of the auto line or the factory world. I mean, my mom was a bookkeeper at a couple of those places, and they had one radio with a microphone, like a mic, just like right next to the radio. It's just blaring. And every once in a while, you hear this, and somebody pull the mic and say, Johnny, back to line one, and then and put it right back in front of the speaker to the radio. So ain't no way in Detroit. You have no time to turn no channels, man. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, it had to be a station, a Detroit station, to get all of those workers through their day. So whatever the station was, it was playing something for everybody. Usually, the more popular Detroit radio stations, so that they can keep that car line moving. Man, ain't nobody got time to be changing no. Ain't nobody got time for that. Changing no radio stations while they working on the line. End up lose a finger, Jack. lose your lose your pinky or something. Your thumb. Lose them big thumbs messing around trying to get to a radio. You gotta be focused. Yeah, that's back when they had them big torches and all that. I mean, tap wells and car and the line just keep on coming. It never stops. So the music just don't stop. And it wasn't. It was all genres. It just as long as it was hitting, as long as it was hitting and it was banging, it was bumping, it was grooving, it was moving. That's all that mattered. And that was Detroit. That's the best way I can describe Detroit radio. And I'm almost like a product of that because I love all radio. You know, I'll be listening. My station just goes all over the place. That's what I had to do in New York when I was so happy when I spent some time in Detroit that I didn't have to do that. Like the disc jockey was doing. I mean, they had New York has disc jockeys too, but in Detroit they just kept on playing what the next. It didn't matter what kind of music it was as long as it was hitting. You follow me? So I think it's great, and I hope. I'm pretty sure that almost everything that my alleged cousin Spike Lee does is pretty ahead of its time. I mean, he's been fortunate and auspicious to be able to put out quality film for years. I mean, if you ever tried to film anything, then you know what I'm talking about. And he has had the opportunity to do that, and not because he's a meek or timid guy, but because he really does. He does that stuff for real, and it's got to be right. It can't just be junk. I mean, garbage in, garbage out. So I mean, you gotta get quality film in order to have quality editing to be able to put out a quality product. So I hope that you'll check out that story. Yeah, let's see. Um, all that technology of what is it, bendables or flexible electronics. I love it. You have to check that out. But I'm trying to make sure I don't pass up something important. Mm-mm. Well, no, no, nope, can't find it. And we are 10:57 in the AM. Wow, I hope tomorrow I hope Tuesday is going to be a great day for you. I'm hoping Tuesday is going to be a great day for me too. I really am. Monday was just, it was a Monday. It was a Monday. But if you would like to drop us a line, please do. Um, and if you would like to know how to stream, uh, ask us about that. I mean, I think there's plenty of information right there, but if you don't know, if you need some help, if you're stuck on something, drop us a line. Remember that you can surf the web with the live CD, and I'm using just browsing. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go to justbrowsing.info or go to memesit.com, memesit.com, and hit Coffee House Safe Surf right at the top, over to the right. Coffee. As soon as you see coffee, just click that. It'll take you to the next page, and you hit download, and you will download an ISO. And what you'll do is burn it to a CD, or if you know what you're doing, a SanDisk flash drive, which been working well for me, and that's why I'm promoting it, is because this is an older model. This is a 4 gigger. What I like about the CD that I don't like about the flash drive for a live browser, like just browsing, is you have to know how to close off those exploits. So if you have space, that's a potential exploit. So is this. As far as if you have one of these inside of a scrapper computer or your regular laptop, and you throw on that just browsing CD, if you don't have a CD, then you definitely need to use this. We have a hacking USB video. If you want to know how to put a operating system or a live utility or live browser on a SanDisk flash drive, just click it. It's pretty simple. Show you where to go, what to click. I'm Sean with memesit.com. I hope that you had a great Monday. I hope that we'll have an even better Tuesday. So stick around, check back with us. Thanks for watching. Remember the rules. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, be good to yourself. Rule number 3, be kind to others. Thanks.